Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, August 14th, 2020. You are joining a program already in progress.
How we doing, Rob?
Not bad. Victrix, Twigs, what's up?
What's up, guys? Good to see you. Good to hear you. Happy everybody's tuning in and taking a
Twigs,
gander at
what's
what we've
going
been.
on?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with our girl Millie Weaver.
Let's
sorry to
get
cut
right
you
back
off
to it, gentlemen. Let's just pick up right where we left off with the conversation pre-show start. So we were watching. What's it? I don't even know this lady's name. I mean, what is it, Millie? And who is she? Let's start out with. Let's give a little background. Can you do that, Twigs?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Millie Weaver. She's a bomb-ass reporter. She works with Alex Jones, InfoWars. She's put together some pretty bombshell exclusive hot news, hot takes, whatever you want to call it. And she's
Interviews
also
too.
Interviews, yeah. I mean, but she's also, I believe she's the one. Was it her? I think she's the one that has been exposing the Sunrise Movement, and she had she had one of her colleagues had infiltrated that Sunrise Movement, and they scored a ton of material, and she's been trying to put, I don't want to say a documentary, but maybe like an infomentary, some almost like a Project Veritas type thing, where she's exposing what they're really all about and what they're doing, because it's wicked what they're doing.
Can you say in maybe 50 words what the Sunrise Movement is?
Sunrise Movement, according to what she's uncovered, it is supposed to be, some cool organic, movement about, just green this, green that, yada, yada, yada. But really what they're doing is it's just another leg of like Antifa type tactics. And they are
indoctrination for children.
Correct. And they're chasing they're chasing junior high students. They're chasing high school students. They're convincing them to join this organization / club across the country. And when they do that, they're taking advantage of these Zoom-like meetings, and they have scripts that you can clearly see that they're reading from, and they are literally trying to, organize rallies that translate into violence, that translate into instigating violence, or trying to entrap people. And
how old are these kids?
From junior high to high school.
Okay.
And above.
They're not getting down into elementary school. I mean, they have a hard time making them.
I think they are, but they're not actually.
I know they try. I mean, they were doing it with us.
It trickles down. There's a few kids that are hep to the game, even at those younger ages.
Yeah.
It trickles down, believe me.
Yeah.
And that's just a really, really brief. I mean, it gets way deeper than that. I mean, and way more disgusting and sickening, but high level, that's what's going on. So then turns out, and you guys broke this to me, I didn't even know that. I mean, I follow her, but I've just been behind. I took the weekend off, went camping and all that, and kind of disconnected for a little while.
Yeah, this actually came from Mr. Anonymous out in West Hollywood, California. I didn't even know who this lady was. I mean, you guys said that you just said she's a reporter for Alex Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Or InfoWars.
She's also reporter. She's an investigator.
Yep.
She does
gets
a lot
her hands dirty.
Of work. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does, and she does good work. I mean, she does, and it's And
so
now
I'll have to
apparently,
look her up and watch some of her stuff. I did see on this. I think what you're about to play. She is being arrested. Allegedly for burglary, and you can just tell that it just does. It just looks like it's. I don't even know. I have no context.
Are those even real cops? Are those even real?
They look like real cops, but they look. The whole thing I'm just filled with this intuition that they were sent there with a totally made up charge. I mean, I bet that lady hasn't even left her house in the time frame that happened in.
Well, that's why I want. Do you guys know what? Any details around what the charge is?
Let's watch the video. That was a little. That's because I think that's what we're exactly about to see. Let's just.
I think this is the latest information that's out.
Yeah, and this is just a few hours ago, as of the.
Break.
You're saying a grand jury indicted me?
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
10-4.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
We're going to have 221s out here. We have room to transport one. Can you send us a car, please?
So a grand jury
9107 Yale Road. Okay. I will give you all your paperwork when we get to the jail. Right now, I need you to get some shoes.
Okay.
Because we need to get moving.
Okay.
but I don't exactly know what it means.
So it sounds like, I don't know what the charge is, but it sounds like somebody launched an investigation.
Yeah.
So they've obviously, I mean, I don't think this is, if the charge is robbery, I don't think it's like,
Right. I don't know
how
how they bring about
I mean?
the charge from a grand jury. I don't know how they're.
It sounds like she was probably under investigation, and it probably has to do with her infiltrating the Sunrise Movement. I guarantee it. Whether it's directly stated in the
they're
report.
going to charge her with robbery from like a.
Well, she did take a bunch of documents. I mean, she had undercover folks go in there and steal documents, not steal, but I mean,
Okay. All right.
they were. I mean, they had access to
pieces
it. But
falling together here. Let's watch the rest of it.
Guys, I don't know what's happening right now. The police have just showed up at my house, and they said that they're arresting me. They said that a grand jury indicted me for something. I have no idea what. This is crazy. Where's my shoe? I have one shoe here. Okay.
And one shoe there.
Okay.
So we're good.
So why wasn't I given anything in the mail? Like, I have no
Why
idea
would they
what
do
this
that,
is
Millie?
talking about.
Yeah, those are dumb questions.
no, but she should be asking.
I know she's
questions.
just trying to. She's trying to.
Yeah, Millie.
I know
needs to
what.
get
I know
some-
why
Yeah,
she's asking.
she should be
Guys, I'm
notified.
literally about to break huge breaking news right now, and I'm
She's
being
shocked.
arrested,
She
and I
can't
have
believe that
no
she's
idea.
being arrested. She doesn't want to go.
She also takes the time to present the
Burglary?
breaking news, though. She's such
For what?
an Alex Jones
All right,
personality.
let's rewind that a little bit. There.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, she's just talking to get these guys to say something, because
Mhm.
the more you can do that in a situation like this, I mean, they may say something wrong, they may screw up, that they may say something that she can use in her case.
Yeah.
Why wasn't I given anything in the mail? Like, I have no idea what this is talking about.
Yeah, Millie.
Guys, I'm literally about to break huge breaking news right now, and I'm being arrested, and I have no idea why.
about this case?
Burglary?
Burglary.
For what? They're not
They
even
won't
saying.
say.
They're saying
Okay.
we're being charged
Wow.
Okay.
with
Now,
burglary.
is this from the grand jury or are these green sheets?
Grand jury?
Are these green sheets or are they is this an indictment? Okay, very good. Okay.
This is my son right now.
All right.
Yeah, let's
Buddy.
Let's
get
go.
a lawyer on the
the
program.
car.
Tell us what all this is exactly.
Wow. Did you hear that kid? He's like, get your BB gun. Wow.
Is that what he
Poor-
said?
Yeah, that poor kid. I can't imagine. I mean, I would be furious if this happened to me in front of my kids. Like,
They're
this
sending
is,
out attacks.
Oh,
They're
this is
sending
this is
the
traumatizing
attacks.
for the family. This is
oh,
absolutely
this is
traumatizing for the
this
children.
is horrible. And he looks like
Um,
he's about my daughter's age, maybe a little bit older. I mean, that's
Yeah, horrible things are happening to kids all
This
over
is how
America.
they
Been more than
do
nice
that.
to the
Absolutely, because of government. Government is destroying lives. They are destroying the lives of children all over the place for all kinds of different reasons, but all related to the coronavirus shutdown. This bogus shutdown. Okay, so there's the video.
let's watch the
Now-
last 7 seconds here.
Okay.
I don't understand what's happening right now. Like, please share this.
Okay. All right. So let's end the screen share. Did you already? Okay. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Let's discuss. So she's infiltrated the Sunrise Movement. We don't know anything else besides what we saw in the video. Is this where we're at? Are we up to speed?
That's where I'm at. There's probably more information out there, but that's literally all I know. I mean,
Okay. I know
was
it's
in
only
the
a few
car when
hours
you
old.
I was in the car when you guys
Right.
broke it
I
to
can,
me, and I
see
didn't have a
if,
chance to look into it.
Well, it obviously sounds like an attack on Millie Weaver, without
Oh,
a doubt. No
absolutely.
one there even has any. You don't come pick people up if you can't say what it is for. That's as dirty as it gets. I wouldn't even be surprised if those were real cops. You
I mean,
can't
there's
tell her
gotta
why
be-
you're there.
Well, I think that they're probably I won't be surprised. Whatever. I think that I will. I actually think that I will yet be surprised. I think that there are going to be. I just intuitively think that there are shocking things coming that are going to shock even the three of us. Yet to come. Not related to this, but if something crazy were to happen, I could probably accept it pretty readily. With what's going on.
I
these
agree.
days.
I agree. I can't predict what's going to happen, but I'm in your boat on that one. I mean, yeah, you're right. There probably will be things that do shock us, but it's almost like not shocked that something crazy happened, but we might be shocked at what that crazy thing is, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Exactly. The magnitude, the scale, the atrocity.
Like we're expecting something, but we just don't know what that is.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be.
Oh yeah. Well, it's called checkmate from Trump is what it's called. And right now we're watching the chess game, and I can tell you Trump's been making some moves this past week. He's active on the chessboard. He's making moves without a doubt.
He is. I'm trying to find
what is this lady's name? Millie Weaver?
Millie Weaver. Yeah. If you guys want to take a couple minutes, because I'm trying to. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to dig up some stuff too.
Her Twitter has been silent for 21 hours, so obviously she.
Oh, that's because she's been in jail.
Yeah, right. But I just maybe somebody. I don't know. How do I? Okay, let's. So you said she's works for InfoWars for Alex Jones. They don't have Twitter accounts, do they? They all got banned from Twitter.
I'm surprised Alex Jones isn't having a emergency transmission.
Well, is he? Nah.
There is a.
I just wanted to see if there was anything. I'm looking on Parler now because that's where you'll find Alex Jones, probably, right? Let's do.
I don't know if he's on there, but on Band Out Video, there is a video. It looks like 40 minutes long. It says, "Learn why InfoWars correspondent Millie Weaver was indicted by a grand jury." So I haven't had a chance to watch that.
Okay, we can't do that 40 minutes. Yeah, all right, we'll do that. No. Bring that up next program.
Well, hey guys, just look at the screenshot behind me. I mean, widespread violence and looting in Chicago. Things are going just crazy. I mean, these guys have a lot. What's funny is what I can promise you, whatever that's for, is bullshit. It's a move being made by a liberal judge. You see what's going on behind me there? That's your indictments right there, okay? And none of those people probably even, they took all their stuff and just ran home and it was fine. Those are where the indictments need to be. These people causing all these problems, busting up all these stores, setting all these fires, beating people up.
Who was
where your problems are?
Who was the one yelling? The young black woman who obviously represented Black Lives Matter in some capacity. Some official BLM.com capacity or whatever the hell their website is, who cares? And she was saying that looting, basically, in a nutshell, looting is cool. It's fine. And
it's reparations.
Yes, it's reparations. It's reparations. And
that is just the wrong way to go about. See, that's my
Look, let me translate it.
That is not the way to go about this.
All right, everything that she said and her whole diatribe, I'm going to translate it for you right now. Give me all your money. There's a stick up. That's it.
There's just better ways to generate income. There's better ways to generate income than busting the windows out of Nike, running in, grabbing all their stuff, and then saying BLM when Nike is dumping money into BLM. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So
what are y'all doing?
Hot news real quick.
Yep.
I just watched while you guys were talking. I just watched about a minute and a half of this little segment that Alex Jones did. It looks like just earlier today. He had somebody that works with Millie on. It looks like she was literally just about to release that documentary type thing that I was telling you about.
And what was the subject?
They call it Shadowgate, and it's about the infiltration of the Sunrise Movement. And they were literally about to release it today, I believe.
And why can that not still happen without her? Is it only at
probably
her
will
house or something?
It probably will. I don't know. Again, I haven't watched the whole thing.
Yeah, right. I gathered that she was that they were putting the brakes on that somehow by arresting her, but maybe not.
I mean, I was shocked that she came out with that she was even going to release it, because that's kind of opening yourself up for. I mean, everybody.
Well, so what kind of these people do you suppose are in it? I mean, what? I mean, you're. I don't even, like I said, didn't even know who this person was before a few hours ago.
She didn't even explain everything that was in it. She only gave us little teasers the past few weeks, and I'm surprised she even did that, because it sounds like it's something that you would want to keep under wraps until it's ready to go. But this could be a blessing in disguise, because now that if she's indicted, that's going to draw a ton of attention to her, and then that's going to make this thing even bigger.
And this is only the Sunrise Movement. That's all that she's.
I don't know if I'm sure she'll touch on other things, but I would imagine they do have a teaser video for that.
Twigs.
Yeah.
How many movements are we going to have to deal with?
It's going to be endless. It's not going to.
Why? I'm not a part of any stupid like movements that are causing trouble, like tearing down statues, trying to put people out of work and cause violence. And gather groups of people to go out and beat people up and demand that they leave their homes so we can live in them. And what in the hell is going on here? Wait, behind me, what's going on here? Hey,
yeah. I'm having a technical problem, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, a little distracted. Is that the same? The looting. Oh God.
Why does there have to be looting and shit? Why? Why does it? Why? Why couldn't people do something else that day, like look into starting a small business? Maybe looking for a new job. Instead of, hey, let's go bust the windows out of Tesla and see if we can destroy some car that, I heard someone else say, oh, that business has liability or they have insurance. They can just take care of it.
That's astonishing. These people just
listen. So basically what you're saying is it's okay to destroy somebody's insurance plan. Once you file a claim that big, your insurance is ruined.
Yep.
And that doesn't even so, that still doesn't cover everything. People think that they don't
even know what insurance is. It's just a word to them.
You've got insurance, so that means you can do whatever, and then it all comes back magically. Like, no, that's not quite how it works there, Cupcake. I mean, do some freaking research.
She's obviously never
learn what you're talking about.
Deal with anything real.
Well, they broke those
I'm like a
doors.
Ghost. I'm hardly even in
that one BLM rally somewhere. They were at like a Ronald McDonald House or some sort of charity house.
That happened this morning, I think.
Yeah. So,
or yesterday.
I mean, how crazy is that? Like, who's going to replace those doors and stuff? And
and they're scared. Everyone is so bent on. They don't even, whether they realize it or not. Kids are scared out of their minds. Guaranteed. They don't know what's going on.
Let me tell you something. It's all fun and games until you got to pay for that glass door. It might just look like a door to somebody, but until you got to pay for that door at fucking Home Depot and it's like $450, and then get it installed and go through the problems, and then you got to get it painted, and then the county might show up at your house to make sure you had a permit. It's a bitch. Like, these people are causing problems.
Everything.
I don't care what anybody says. They are causing problems. Type of people you grab by the shirt and you twist it and you choke them up a little bit and say, what the hell's the matter with you, kid? And you shove them back and say, go do something.
Yeah, there has to be some people to do that available somewhere. Right?
Well, Twigs has done that to me a few times back in the day. I mean, don't catch Twigs at the wrong moment. He'll pick you up off the ground.
Oh, that's impressive. I saw something on TV about
Twigs will grab you right
actually.
by your chin and just pick you right up.
Metaphorically, of course.
Yeah, there was some, I don't know what it was, I don't know where I saw it, but something about the science of picking someone up with your arm stretched out, totally off the ground. I guess it's impossible, actually, because of leverage. You'll tip over without some sort of extra bracing.
Because it's impossible because of science, which is clearly something which is clearly something that nobody in the media wants to pay attention to.
Yeah. They're always trying to tell you that you can pick people up straight up with out in front of
fellas, we have the Sunshine Movement.
Listen, it's
hey, I wanted to read something real quick here.
Acorn, Occupy ICE, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, about all these movements.
How many frigging groups of out of control people are we going to develop and fund? That's the problem.
Well, they can't do it without them. I mean, there's always going to be one. They have to just move. They just move around. They just snake around and change
there's a lot
their
of
stripes.
there is some weird stuff going on right now.
There is. And
This is it, man. This is the
this
they're
this is
throwing
the
the
end all
book at
be
us.
all. This
This
is
is
the
their
pulling
last
out the
resort.
stops.
Yeah. And look, there might be more. There might be more than one
There's gonna be more.
revolutionary, but they're all seeking to destroy America. So it doesn't really matter. Then they'll kill each other once they're done, and then you'll
absolutely. Yeah, they always.
Well, look at Chaz. Look at the Chaz City. That's what it's going to become. Just, I mean, look at look at what happened in Seattle. That's just.
Yeah, you know, it really is disgusting.
People died. I mean, it was a mess. It was a real mess.
That's what the people pulling the strings want, though. They want to motivate these people out there and on the ground level doing all these riots and looting and all that. They're banking on that, and then they're banking on them eating their own. That's what the people pulling the strings. That's what they want to happen. They want them to eat us, and then they want them to eat themselves, and it's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna happen. And not to mention, I've been trying to skim through this video. I think Robbie, you're right. I think that there's more to this Millie thing than just the Sunrise Movement. It sounds like they had some they stumbled onto some more information on something separate. I mean, it's
well, as far as this, I mean, look, I don't know a whole lot about the Sunrise Movement. I mean, I know what people are doing. Look, I just know, I pick things up out of the air, you know, like a snake, you know, tasting the air.
You're
I mean,
like an avatar. You're like an avatar receiving transmissions.
Yeah, so
it's transmissions are being sent.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's all the information is there for anyone who's just willing to see it. Just open their eyes and look around and see what's going on and just pay attention a little bit. You know, and don't be led around by the nose.
That's how Alex Jones operates. You know, I mean, he says stuff like that all the time. He's like, man, I'm in the zeitgeist. He's like, information just comes to me. Like, he's like, it's not that I'm anything special, and I'm not saying that you're not, but I'm just saying, you know, to speak to the point that, you know, the information is there. It's out there. It's accessible. You just have to open yourself up to it, and not everybody can. But it is. You're right. It's there. It's out there. It's there for the taking if you open yourself up to it.
Well, that's what the arena is all about. Is everybody can take a shot with their, you know, whatever you can dream up. You know, whatever you think is an idea that you think is right. I mean, you're allowed to present it in the arena of ideas and fight it and, you know, present it and yell it and scream it, even if it's
not on
garbage.
College campuses.
Even if it's garbage, you get your shot in the arena, but it stays in the arena, and we don't take it out into the streets and destroy people's businesses and people's homes and beat people up that have never done anything to you and kill some people, which they've done a lot, actually, like a ton. And they've hospitalized hundreds, if not thousands, and they've destroyed billions of dollars of property. And that's BLM with their buddies Antifa and all their other buddies. That all it is groups from groups from groups. And the one kid in the one video said it one time. He said, "I know you, you pig. You were at Occupy ICE. You were one of the Occupy ICE guys. You were down there, you know, treating us bad down at Occupy ICE, you know." And, you know, this kid's going to Occupy everything like it's a fucking Metallica concert. I mean, you know what? Maybe they should try going to a Metallica concert. They might want to buy a fucking guitar or something and start a fucking band and scream your fucking lights out about it. I fucking hate you. You know, that's what the band's for. Get a band.
I'd like to see some
have any healthy outlets.
I'd like to see some of these pussies. I'd like to see some of these pussies hop in a real mosh
That's what we did.
They would get destroyed.
We got bands together back in the day. We told you, fuck you.
Yeah, there is an age limit for this, guys. There is a cutoff point where, you know, the stupidity seems to taper off, and it seems to be a little bit younger than we are, unfortunately. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's how old are the people that are out there alluding? Like, how old was the
all ages?
Not all ages, not 65-year-old ladies,
kids,
not.
But there are some older dude.
Okay, but that's the extrema. The extrema. I'm talking about the median of the bell curve. I'm talking about what's the primary stupidity age of these people. Let's come up with a term for it.
I would say, 18 to 30.
30.
I would say something in that range. It's hard to tell. I mean, I didn't actually go out and check the demographics or ask them for their IDs.
No, but
and
it's another one of those things you can just see,
It's
basically.
kind of hard. Well, it's not always because they're wearing masks. So
That's true. That's true.
It's getting harder and
Sheriff
harder.
in Marion County, Florida says no masks in the sheriff's office, and his deputies are not allowed to wear masks, except under certain circumstances, like inside a hospital and this and that, and around
Right.
old, whatever. But basically, no masks. And if you go inside the sheriff's office, you're not allowed to wear a mask. Because these people aren't idiots. They understand that the police in America are supposed to be your friends and neighbors, and you only conceal your, if you to be interacting with law enforcement and not know the identity of the person who is potentially arresting you or finding you. I mean, there's a word that I can't find, but I mean, it's it's a cop behind a mask. It's fucking scary. It's like the secret police. It's
well, look, of course it's scary, and especially because there are, because that almost seems, militaristic when you start doing that. It's like special ops. It's like because we do have teams that do stuff like that, SWAT teams and special ops, and branches of the military that are completely incognito.
It suggests that you're at war with people because they do that in those special situations because they actually are in danger if they are identified by the people who they're going out to pick up. But that would suggest that they feel the same about the civilian population. Whether they admit it or not, want to or not, or doing it on purpose or not, it sends a subconscious signal that you are at war with us. You don't trust us.
100%. And think about how contradictory it is when they sit here and they complain about the federal, they weren't federal officers, but the teams that were protecting those federal buildings. I can't remember what they were. They weren't federal cops, but they were something else. Well, they were complaining that people, that they were running around in unmarked cars and not in uniform and this and that, and they complain about that. Yet they want the cops and everybody else to have masks. It's so contradictory. It doesn't make sense.
They exist on contradictions. They are.
Yeah.
Well,
they are a contradiction.
Guys, I have breaking news that kind of sums up what you're talking about. Who's the one saying that we need a bunch of masks for 3 straight months? Her and Biden. Breaking news, Biden-Harris right there. Biden-Harris, running mates right there.
And where did this 3-month number come from? That just so happens to be right on Election Day. I mean,
I think that
seriously
3-month number.
I mean,
3-month number came from Joe Biden's doctor.
That came from that.
That's. I can't believe I didn't make that correlation.
Dude, you know what I mean? It's like, look at, it's like how much
fucking believe it.
You need to wear this mask at least for 3 months. Well, so what you're saying is at least to election.
Well,
but 2.5 months.
Didn't he say that if he becomes the president, he's going to make the mask mandate? He's going to make people wear it for at least 3 months?
Yes.
Well,
why does it matter at that point then?
They're trying to act like they are. They're trying to act like they're the smart ones. Oh no, we're gonna if everybody wears a mask, it's gonna save 40,000 lives. That's what they said.
Yeah, how do
you? He knows what the hell it's gonna fucking save. Get out of here.
How do you count lives saved? How do you count lives saved?
Well, I'll tell you what I did say, and what a lot of other people that think the same way as we do have said. Everybody starts talking about, they want to harp on these deaths that are inflated to begin with, but it's like, okay,
they don't even talk about deaths hardly.
No, I mean the overall death toll, not the rate, but because the death rate's going down at this point, way down.
So, but both of the numbers are minuscule, insignificant practically. I mean, they are insignificant. It's life.
Yeah. Well, my point is though, they're the other side is preaching so hard and trying desperately to have everybody put faith in the CDC and the World Health Organization and Fauci and those doctors, but then
like religious faith.
And those are the same people that said, look, if we don't do something, there's going to be 2.5 million people dead. So, I says to one
because
person,
we've been
like,
to the future.
yeah, oh, well, what's the science behind this? What's the science behind that? And I said, okay, so here's my question to you, sweetheart. Right. All right. So was our response to this quote unquote pandemic so great? Because the deaths at 160 is nowhere near 2.5-3 million people that the scientists and the lifelong doctor named Fauci and this, wherever he went, where did he go to school? I don't even remember. Top of his class at whatever doctor program, she was riding this dude's D. And I'm like, all right, well, listen, well, he was clearly super, super wrong about how many people were going to die because of this. So does that mean that Trump's response was so amazing? Like, if he's so right and everything that he says is so reliable, then that means Trump's response to this was amazing, because that means it wasn't $2.5 million. So you tell me, is Trump wrong, or is your boy wrong? Because you can't have it both ways.
On that university, it was douchebag university that he went to.
Yeah. .edu.
Yeah, that's a pretty popular program these days.
Yeah. I think they have a campus program.
I was going to call it Dick Knows You, but we're just joking.
I'm sure he applied to both. Got rejected by Dick Knows You and went to, what was it, Crap Your Pants University?
Rob, it looks like you're in a cockpit right there.
Yeah.
Like you're in the cockpit.
Well,
that is awesome, buddy.
That is pretty sweet.
Facing the wrong way.
Yeah, you should just turn around.
Kamala Harris,
Cammie Harris. Cammie.
Should we bring this into the next show? Where are we at time-wise, Rob?
We have 14 minutes. 14 minutes.
Yeah.
14
what do we
minutes.
think about Kamala?
I think I'm going to call her Cammie because she doesn't like the name Kamala. Or is it Kamala? Or is it Kamala? I thought it was Kamala.
I heard
Wasn't it Kamala last year?
Nasty words for Joe.
She called him she basically said he was a. Did she just say she believed his accusers, or did she call him a rapist or a child molester?
She didn't call him that, but she.
So who were his accusers that she's talking about?
I don't even remember.
Well, he does touch people kind of weird, and
it's on video all the time.
He does some pretty weird stuff.
Yeah, he's a creep. Yeah, a fucking creep.
Now, do you guys
sniff hair? How many times has that man sniffed a woman's hair on camera?
It's weird. It's weird. Now, I do, it's weird. There's no doubt about it. But I have no problem with people being, affectionate. But there's a line that you don't cross. But there's a line that you don't cross. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
If you don't sniff you don't sniff just, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Joe Biden. Can I smell your hair?
Yeah.
He doesn't even. He's not even that polite. He doesn't even ask.
And especially when it's kids, that's what bothers me. Like,
yeah.
Hey, there's guys out there that are flirts and that just, they see a woman and they greet them with hugs and kisses and whatever.
He's a pervert.
He's
a pedophile.
It's like, that's kind of weird, but it's like, well, all right, if that's how you are with people, but not with kids. Like, you don't do that to kids, and he does. I'm not saying I'm not saying he molests them.
Man.
No, it doesn't. And again, I'm not saying it's okay, but. Well, people have put up with it.
Right.
Years.
Because his political position. But like, if you and I were, if anybody was out, if any one of us, anyone else, was out somewhere in a group of people, and we, unless it's our girlfriends or something like that, then you can't just sniff a woman's hair.
Well, I do. Well, you're right, but I will say this. I must confess, because somebody will call me on this. I did it once.
Well, okay, but
I was out at the bar. I was out at the bar.
Were you guys flirting?
I'll tell the story. I was out at the bar, and it was a pool hall. This was a long time ago. And I was at a pool hall, and I was having fun. It was back in the day when it was no freeze, just living. It was early 20s, dude. But it was just out there having fun, and I was just it was my spot. It was one of my spots that I frequented. So I don't want to say I was known, but it was my neck of the woods, right? And there was a really hot girl playing pool, and I went over there, and I had never met her. I just went over and
That's
Sniffed her
creepy.
hair. And then it is. It's very creepy.
Yeah.
And she turned around. I was like, I just had to smell it.
At least you said that.
And it worked actually,
At
but
least you had a
I
little
would never
humility
do that again.
afterward.
Like I would never do that again. I mean, that's because that is creepy. It really is creepy. I mean, she was cool about it because it was a bar and we were all young and just hanging out being stupid. But I just wanted to get that out there because I actually have done that once.
Okay, well, every situation has its particular context, but unfortunately,
but I'm not a repeat offender.
Video, but Joe is on video, and it's creepy. You can see it's creepy because it's on video. We don't know.
Yeah, Twigs. These are pictures at the White House, bro.
I know.
This is top level shit.
But you know how the climate is
buried into kids' heads.
I'm not trying to condone it. I just wanted to get it out. I just wanted to say it because
that is awesome.
Because you know how people get. They'll be like, "Oh, well, dude, I remember one day when you went out." It's like, okay.
Yeah, they were bound to dig it up, man.
Yeah,
bound to.
For sure.
You were never gonna. You weren't gonna make it through the rest of your life without that getting dug out of your closet, man.
No way. They're probably the people that just grabbed the people that grabbed Millie are probably looking for that video right now. But the good thing is, that was even before, it wasn't before cell phones, obviously, but even that long ago, it wasn't as, it wasn't like the World Star days where everything is online. Obviously cameras, phones had cameras and all that, but it wasn't nearly as prevalent as it is now. So
yeah, I can't believe, everywhere you go, you have to assume you're on camera.
You have to, or you're being recorded because you are.
Yep. Yeah. Everywhere. You're stupid if you don't. You have to. People. I can't. It's amazing that the people. I guess people are stupid, or they're criminal. The criminal mind is one that just likes to engage in nefarious, evil behavior. And
yes,
people,
yes, and there's also not cameras at places. So.
Oh, sure. I'm talking like out in public.
It is very. You always got to watch yourself out there. Once you leave your house, you are in the wild. People always want to make it sound like there's more to everything than there is. Let's be realistic here. When you walk out of your front door, I don't give a fuck who you are, what color you are, how smart you are, or whatever. Who you are, I don't care. Welcome to the jungle. You are in the wild. When you get in your little car and you drive all down the street, you're entitled to nothing. You could fucking get hit head on by a tractor trailer. You're listening to Atlanta Morissette and, talking about all you need's a spoon when you need a knife. Well, guess what? That's a pretty fucking simple problem when you're getting hit by a semi head on. When you leave your front door, it is a war. You're in a war the second you step outside because you're in the wild. You're pretty much a tiger in the wild. You got to just go out. You got to eat. I haven't been worried about any race related item since I was born. I really don't care.
Of course not.
I definitely keep myself away from people that could hurt me. That's a whole different. You could be black, white, whatever. If I think it's unsafe to be around you, I'm probably not going to fucking be around you.
There are peaceful people, and then there are threatening people.
There's places I just don't go. There's bars in this local area, redneck bars and biker bars that shit gets out of hand.
Yeah, there are places where you don't fit in.
I just don't go. I just don't go there. Now, there's other places where I'll go, walk in and give the dude a fist bump. I'm not. It's not that I'm afraid to go there. I just don't want to get into any shit.
Exactly.
So, people, you just got to look out for yourself. Some people try to avoid it.
Well,
some people go right into it. Some people sit back and let, set it up and let it happen and watch.
I'm of the mindset that I can get along with anybody. I can walk into any building, any bar, and just get along.
Hey, man. I was in bands since 2002. I've been in a million bars and places and, kids with rings in their ears the size of frickin',
Yeah.
These are all just good. I've talked to
Liberals,
all kinds
probably.
of different people. Everybody's
Not all
cool.
of them.
Well, not everybody's cool, without a doubt, but I've been around pretty diverse groups of people. As long as you're cool and you got
I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you do. Body mods. That's not what I meant to apply.
Yeah,
but there is a correlation. I think.
Tell a story.
Just Calls him how's I sees him, folks. You're probably not voting for Trump. I don't know. Is that accurate? But
well,
who are we
here's the
talking
thing.
about now? Who's not voting for Trump?
I'm talking about,
Is somebody that,
like, okay, listen,
not
like,
that smart?
say what?
You said somebody's not voting for Trump. I thought everybody was voting for Trump.
I'm talking. Well, liberals aren't going to vote for Trump. The Antifa
Sure they are.
kids are.
Oh,
well,
a lot of them are going to.
Well, you're probably right. You're probably
when
right.
they see our stud champion, businessman president in the ring once again debating with Joe, and they see, first off, Trump does a press conference or two every day.
Yeah,
he's the most transparent president.
It's a Trump train. He's a train. He's a locomotive. He's this SR-71 Blackbird behind me.
He is the Donald.
Yeah,
he is the Donald. What can we say?
Well,
they talk about the Pentagon having vehicles that were not made of this world, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's the spacecraft that Donald Trump fucking flew in on to save our asses. Because I mean, like, I don't know if this guy's from this world either, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. The perseverance and endurance that this guy has, especially at his age. It's incredible. It's inspiring, actually.
Yeah.
And he does everything by the book.
Yeah.
Almost everything he does is so by the book that when people try to hurt him, the guy just knows what he's doing. He just knows what he's doing, man.
Well, he's an honorable guy for the most part, I think. I'm not saying the man has never made any mistake. Look, he used to be a Democrat. We all knew who he was going into this. I knew he was a Democrat I knew that he was not the most conservative guy going into this, but I knew that he would change, that he would become the conservative president that everyone needed and wanted. He would learn the ropes very quickly, and of course,
you're right. You're right. He used to be roll on those Democratic lines, but he
was from New York. I mean, what can you expect?
He put that
New York
fire
billionaire.
Out, though. He
Say
put
what?
that fire out. He put that fire
out.
out.
And that's impressive. It means he's got a brain. He's able to think. The man, you know what? The people call it pandering and flip-flopping, but it's different. We can go into the next program, the difference between pandering and flip-flopping.
He's free to do it whatever he likes.
He has the capacity. He has a capacity like I've never seen in politics before to change his mind if you reason with him. He will listen to you, and you are able to change the man's mind. You can't do that with anyone else in politics, period. Not that I've seen. Not in my lifetime. So.
Hey, has anybody, Twigs, have you listened to, before we go here, have you listened to any Rush
3 minutes, 40
Limbaugh
seconds.
lately? Do we have any updates on Rush Limbaugh and his condition?
I haven't, actually. I don't know.
I'm gonna check Monday. I haven't been listening to Rush. I've been so busy. But I will I think next episode here we're going to get a little bit into Rush Limbaugh and what he's done.
We should. That's a good idea, and you know way more about him, especially at least some of the stuff recently.
Well, hey, can I leave? I haven't been
key
stat, which is 32 years straight, number one. I mean, okay, go ahead. That's all I got to say.
No, I just wanted to say that I look forward to that episode because I want to learn more about what he's how things have been going with him lately, because I haven't been keeping up with it either.
Yeah, we ought to listen to him.
It's harder for me these days because I don't know if I can catch. I have a tendency to have to catch these shows a little bit after. I can't catch all this stuff live.
Well, you can get a Rush 24/7 subscription.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't have
subscribe to the Limbaugh letter.
Yeah, I don't have.
Go to rush247.com.
And I think I need to do that. So
rushlimbaugh.com.
Yeah.
Hey, Rush.
I look forward to those updates.
Can I have an iPhone, Rush? I already got the new iPad. That's okay. Listen, guys, were those your closing statements? No. Do you have anything else to say?
If we're closing it out,
we got 2 minutes. Go.
Just get your popcorn, get your hot dogs and your soda pops, and sit back and enjoy the show because, it's basically Trump against the world. I mean, just everybody get your stuff, sit back, maybe get you a nice little leather movie chair and watch Trump work, because that's what he's doing. He's working. And at the same time as he's putting up this defense against the most heavy-armed political system ever, he's got one hand tied behind his back. He's still running the country. He's signing peace treaties. He's causing. Trump is working. He is working. And I think in the debates is where people are going to really hear from Trump what he's been up to the past 4 years, because he has no problems at these press conferences saying what they're doing that day and what they're up to. So Trump has a lot going. He has a lot of firepower going into this, a lot more than he did before he went in. His numbers are absolutely stunning. He has put up where most people shut up. He puts up. That's all I can tell you guys is Trump puts up. Did I black out for a second there?
Yeah, for a moment.
Quick second, you're good.
Okay, so what I'm telling you is every time they hit Trump, he has hit them back, not with this kind of force like they're using against us. His results are speaking for themselves. So, it's a results-based system he's got. The jobs numbers are always better. Everything, there's a big day in the stock market. It's a huge recession. It's destroyed. The next day, Trump, 9 million jobs, or 4 million jobs that month, and created, and stabilization, stock market through the roof. People are buying houses at record numbers this week. This is during the COVID. I mean, it's still moving. And Trump's keeping it moving, and he's fighting all these news stations, and everybody's against Trump. But, let's take this into the next show. I'm going to sign off here because I'll talk all night because I've been drinking coffee profusely all day in the bunker. I'm out of here.
All right, guys. To piggyback on what Vic was saying, we've got the Democratic ticket now, and that's I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now it's game on. Like Pence had said, Pence is ready. I like how Pence is positioning himself with his strength and confidence and his belief in what Trump and his administration has done. I like his faith, and like I always end it, love God, love people, and we got to be fierce in defending our family, our values, and our American principles. Again, like Vic said, get the popcorn. It's gonna be one hell of a 3 months coming up. So, Robbie.
All right, so I just want to close out by reading a post that I made in the early morning hours on Facebook, something that I'm a little bit proud of, and it was related to all the movements that the Victrix was talking about earlier. And let's see, it just goes, happiness is the only thing in life that matters. Movements like Black Lives Matter, the fucking Democrats, global warming, social justice, liberalism, communism, Marxism, change the world, feminism, environmentalism, whatever. None of you get it. It's all a fucking waste of time. You're wasting your time. In America, people, you can be happy if you choose to. Right now, I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are. And I don't care what happened to you before. Goodbye.